All right, Coach, we'll take an opening statement from you, and we'll make a 6-minute press conference here.
First off, two things. One, congrats to Augie on an unreal season. Just scouting them, they competed at a high level. We've played them a lot in the past. The crowd was fantastic. Their team was fantastic. They're tough. They're physical. They had a great season. Secondly, we've been to the Pentagon a lot, including hosted by Augustana, and we haven't had a knock on wood, a bad experience, and we've actually lost a few here. Well, one, and two actually, but haven't had a bad experience. It's just a first class deal. The Pentagon and Augustana and the way they run it, and of course Dr. Bob Boerichter. He also knows how to hire people too. So anyway, my team, they just fight like they're just fighters. There's nothing pretty, nothing unreal. Just fighters. They just fight, and that's just who they are.
All right, we'll take questions.
Coach, 5 minutes into the second half there, they made it about a 1-point game. It seemed like you guys really leaned on the defense, though, to kind of get your offense jump-started again. What did you sort of take away from that run that put you back on top of 9, I think?
Yeah, what happened was they got out in transition right out of half on us. I mean, we even scored on a couple, and they just got out and hit a couple threes and kind of got them going and just got us back on our heels. Once you get on your heels against this team, it's very difficult because then you got to, find ways to score. They're a good basketball team. We knew they'd make a run, and then we just kind of relied on our defense, and that's just been what we've done, since the first day. Like, we just knew that it was going to be offensively. We're just going to have to find ways to score, and I'd say that we're the most efficient offense in the country, but it's not as easy as it once was, and so we've had to really hang our hat defensively, and we've got kids that'll fight and battle, and they did tonight.
Mac, you're headed back to the Elite Eight for a third straight year. What are your thoughts on that? How are you feeling right
now? I'm probably not a big excited guy, on stuff like that, but it's pretty impressive, really is. I mean, it's just a lot. The kids that do this, like, tournaments involve a lot of luck, and they just keep doing it. So I wish I could say it was all coaching, but it's the furthest thing from it.
Mac, you guys were getting the shots you kind of wanted. It looked like early in that first half they just weren't falling. And then Trev heats up and can't miss there for a little while. Did you just feel like you kind of needed somebody to get hot and then kind of everybody would follow suit?
Yeah, that's why I play him. Yeah, that's my coaching. Play Trevor and get him some shots. I mean, you hit a couple shots, you see him go in, and it helps a lot. I thought Luke Waters had a lot of good looks, and he continued to shot fake, drive left. About shot him a few times. Just shoot the ball, Luke. So, but other than that, I thought we got good shots. We got some shots at the rim, and they're a really good defensive team.
Luke did hit one late, though. How much relief was it that there wasn't a shot fake there, and just how big a shot was that late to kind of put the game away at that point?
It was great. That was a big shot. Him and then Diego's from the corner. Those two shots were just backbreakers. They were phenomenal shots. They call them loud shots. They're like, I would a loud shot. That was one of them.
Trevor, for you going to that shot before the end of the half, just what are you thinking there kind of with 3 seconds to go, and then that one makes the 9-point lead and kind of takes some of the air out of the arena? It kind of felt like you guys taking that 9-point lead when you were getting that shot.
I looked over to the bench. Max said he got 3 dribbles, and so just took 3 dribbles and threw it up there. So happened to go in.
Trev, it seemed like kind of everything was back and forth. I mean, everything was really tight for those first few minutes, and then you just kind of took the game over in the latter half of that first half. You weren't ready for your season to end in Sioux Falls, were you?
No, not a chance.
Trev, defensively, they were trying to post you up a lot. Obviously, they had size. What were your keys defensively tonight, and what was how did you make that work?
Just be physical. He got 2 easy ones, I think, on me in a row. And then, I just thought just be more physical, get a body on him, put my hands up, push him out further from the rim, and see what happens. And he started missing a couple, and we just got the rebound, and we started our offense.
Coach, 14 assists, 7 turnovers. What do you take from that?
We've got good guards, and we got kids that take care of the ball. They kept it simple. I think against Augie's defense, you have to keep things very, very simple. If you try to complicate it, they're just so good in their rotations and so good in coverages, and so you have to simplify everything and take what they give you instead of forcing it in there. And so we did a good job of taking what they give us and getting shots at the rim.
Coach, you took a few charges there early in the second half. Was that something you emphasized at halftime? They were just kind of putting their heads down?
No, I don't think I've ever told my guys to take charges. They just take them. I never could take charges as a player. I could take on-ball charges, but away from the ball, it just never made sense to have somebody just run you over. So they were great charges, though, and I'm glad they took them. So hopefully they keep doing it. We don't ever work on it. I'm just not a charge guy, but we take some good ones, though. Yeah, again, coaching 101. Let your players play. It's the simplest deal. Get good players and let them roll.
Chris, during the celebration, being able to have your kids kind of enjoy that moment too. What's that like for you to have them and your family and everybody that's kind of there to enjoy these moments with you too?
Yeah, I think that's what makes Northwest special, and just the community support. I think that's what, honestly, you see a lot of the transfer portal stuff and stuff like that. I think that's what keeps people here. Is how the community supports it, how the boosters, anybody from that community, just they form relationships with the kids, not just in a basketball sense, but in a genuine, I really care about you and I want you to do well sense. And the kids feel that, and they feel that sense of community. And then with my own personal kids, I mean, how can you have better role models? Those my two boys have the best role models in the world, and then my daughter. I remember going to Duke a few years ago, and she would ride on the bus, and she'd sit with somebody new every time. And I remember thinking, she's going to marry somebody really good because she's going to learn how to be treated like a queen, because those guys treat her with great respect. And so she believes that that's how you should be treated by a male. And that's a pretty neat deal when you can have your family around like that.
Mac,
I know we asked Coach, but what are your thoughts on advancing to your third straight?
I'm just excited. We worked hard all year. It's been tough at times, but just keep on going. We just been fighting, and I'm just excited to get to Evansville.
Does it mean more knowing how kind of imperfect this season was? Kind of how you guys battled throughout the season. Does it kind of mean a little bit more?
No, it's just hard work. We worked hard this whole year. And we're going to try to continue to get better this next week and prepare for Evansville.
Mac, you kind of said all season that you guys have had to hang your hat on your defense to hold them to 35% from the field, 27% from deep. What are your thoughts on that?
We're good defensively. Our guards are elite with their feet. Wes is a great angle defender. Luke can guard 1 through 5, probably as good as anybody in our team. And so got good defenders, and they got a toughness about them that says we're going to get stops. And it's you really have to limit their offensive rebounds. And we were fairly outmanned there, but we were able to kind of keep them in check.
Trev, when you heat up there at the end of the first half, just what are you looking for and what's going through your head at that point?
Take open shots. Just shoot the ball. I mean, Diego is unbelievable at finding me when I'm open. And then they were getting confused on screens, and I was open, so I just took the open shot.
Coach, other coaches up here, we talk about how humble you and this team is, even though this is your third straight Elite Eight, and how much success you've had. For you personally, how have you not maybe let this kind of become like a cockiness and arrogance? Because everybody kind of says you guys rightfully should be cocky about how good you guys have been in the last several years too.
Yeah, I think two things. One, the second you do that is the second you lose it all. Two, because we win a couple basketball games doesn't make us better human beings than the next person. And so understanding that your job is, and this is, day one for our program is we pick up chairs in the gym, and we help them understand that your objective and what you're here for is to serve other people. And so regardless of if you win games, the best leaders serve, and your job is to serve. And so that requires humility to be able to serve others. And, our kids don't, it's special for us, but to be arrogant and disrespectful to somebody else doesn't make a lot of sense because, you know, you're not serving them at that point. And so, you know, I think we probably need more humility in the world, but, you know, we'll just keep it within our program so we can keep winning.
We'll do one final question.
Coach, you had
Better
that-
be a good one
It's
because
gonna be a good one.
Walker was disappointed right now. All right.
I stole it from him.
That's all right. Here you go.
You went to Mitch in that 5-shooter lineup there, and it really sparked you guys offensively. What did you see from that lineup, and what kind of made you want to go to that one?
Well, they put their big guy. That's a good question. It's a good basketball question. Not an entertaining question, but a good basketball question.
I'm here for retweets.
Walker is. Just kidding, Walker. Those were fantastic. The series, that was fantastic. Walker, seriously, fantastic. I got a lot of compliments from people. People would send them to me. They're like, this is so cool. I'm like, yeah, it's part of their deal. That's our community thing. To you,
Thank you.
I just had to give the guy. I give him crap all the time. I got to give him a little love. That's pretty good. Did you read it?
No.
Somebody sent it to me. It's fantastic. Good job, Walker. Yeah, Mitch. They put the big guy on Isaiah and Byron. They're not outside shooters, so then it hurts our offense a little bit just because that big guy's big. And so, you know, you plant 6'9" right next to the rim. You know, with Byron, we can set the screens. But then with Mitch, now you've got to match up accordingly. And so we were able to just kind of expose that and space the floor. And he looks like he was plus 20. He was 0 for 5, and he was plus 20 because we had space on the floor.
That's a great basketball answer.
Yeah, no.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.